Welcome back. Namaste. Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Liz, with Sneak Peeks Tarot. This is a two-way path reading for my fire signs. As always, follow your own intuition in any situation, guys. This is for your entertainment only. For those of you that are my loyal subscribers, you already know what the two-way path readings consist of. And if you're new to this type of reading, then I will show you. In the very top, I have a power archangel card, which is going to tell me your overall situation. Okay, in front of you have two paths. On each side of that, you have two overall energies for each path, and at the end of them, you have two more archangel cards. Well, one on each side talks about the outcome. Okay, right? So we also got my Rider-Waite deck here is after I read you your paths and your energies and outcome. Well, the outcome's going to come afterwards. All right, I'm going to give you clarification. Well, I might do the outcomes first, then clarify the whole reading, okay? With the Rider-Waite deck. All right, guys? So, in order to not take too much time, I'm going to jump right into this reading. That's why they're pre-shuffled, but this is for my fire energy. That is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Okay, guys? Always follow your own intuition. So, let's see what is the overall energy situation for my fire signs at this time. Oh, we have Epiphany. Epiphany is a major arcana for Virgo, but it's the Hermit. Um, it talks about revelations, about getting spiritual downloads or from meditation or from going within, searching within for answers. It talks about all the answers you have are within you. So for some of you, you already know what to do next. You just don't know if you should do it or not, even though something inside of you is telling you you need to make a decision and you need to, you know, guide what you want. In other words, follow your own heart, follow your own intuition and situation, follow, let the answers within you guide you to your next path. For some of you, you could be dealing with a Virgo. That's earth energy. Maybe this person's on your mind and you keep thinking about this person, you keep getting downloads about this person, or you can't seem to stop thinking about this person because they keep popping up in your mind. For some of you, you might have a dream about this person or meditated and this person popped up in your dream, or it's like this person's trying to come through telepathically somehow, but it can also be part of that also, okay? For some of you, I just don't know what to do. All right, fire energy. I feel like you either don't know what to do with this person or you don't know where to go next. You don't know where your heart is. You don't know where to, you have to follow you. Like, I feel like for some of y'all are searching within, like, what do y'all want to do next? Maybe you feel a little lost right now and you don't know what to do next, but you have the answers within you. It's like all you got to really do is follow your heart, okay? But we're gonna go in, so let's see what's going on in the first path. The overall energy for the first path is another earth energy card. Okay, for some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but if not, it talks about something that's becoming for you, maybe personally, maybe this person or the situation. Maybe it feels like, for some of you, if this is yourself, it feels like you want to change some aspects about yourself. This is the devil. This talks about overindulgence. It talks about infatuations, obsessions, overdrinkers, addictions. You know what I mean? Maybe for some of you, you're trying to get out of addiction or a toxic situation. For others of you, you keep thinking about this person, but you're with this person. You know what I mean? That could be possible. I feel like a lot of y'all are trying to change who you are. Maybe you realize that you can be toxic too in a situation, fire signs, and you're trying to change those ways about yourself also. Okay, but that's the first path. All right, that's the overall energy for the first path. So we're going to get into the reading for the first path. The first card we got for this reading is the Fool, taking a leap of faith. The second card we got is Page of Swords, which talks about learning. Oh, I already see where this one's going. Okay. Yep. And the Five of Wands talks about struggles, fights, competition, competitiveness. Okay. So, for some of you, I feel like there's two people trying to compete for your attention. You don't know where to go next. You don't know if which one is going to be good for you. For others of you, I feel like you're learning how to have trust in yourself, trust in the fact that trust in the way you communicate, the way you think. I feel like a lot of you are trying to learn how to trust yourself or need to learn how to trust yourself. I feel like with the Five of Wands, there's a lot of personal power struggles, personal struggles within yourself. Like I said, a lot of y'all can be the ones that are dealing with some type of addiction, obsession, or something that you know is just not healthy for you, and it's, you want to learn or you want to go to for some of you, it can be a recovery, okay, or some type of therapy classes or something like that. I feel like you don't trust what's gonna happen next because you feel like it's out of control right now. um Fire signs, I feel like you feel like you're out of control at this point with the Fool. The Fool don't care about what happens, okay, the outcome of things. So this is, taking a lot of risk, and you've been taking a lot of risk. Fire energy, I feel like you've been taking a lot of risk, and you want to learn not to take these risks because they probably put you in a lot of bad positions before, fights and stuff like that. It could be, oh, I just got this. For some of you, need to control your drinking because every time you go to a bar to drink, you get into bar fights. I did get that. I also got, like I said, somebody's trying to work on their own toxic traits. They're learning how to work through their own toxic traits and learning about self love. And for some of you fire signs, you're dealing with codependency, whether it's a person, a drug, a drink, an obsession, eating. I don't care. I feel like there's a codependency, and you need to learn how to stand on your own. You need to learn how to trust yourself. I feel like for some of you, you could be dealing with somebody like that. That's very, they're around you. Maybe they're too codependent, and you want them to learn how to be relying on themselves, take it where it resonates, and you're starting to argue with this person. It's starting to get to you. You're ready to start fighting. Like, why can't you take care of yourself? Like, why can't you, how you say, why can't you, you know, this is a hard one, fire signs, because I do feel like it's in good intent, this whole situation with the Fool here. You know what I mean? I feel like this is, and with the Epiphany card, I feel like there's a realization that somebody, either they realize they're toxic or somebody they're dealing with can be toxic because they're too codependent and is bringing problems pretty much. And they need to learn how to trust themselves and not be codependent, be more independent maybe. Regardless, when you see the Virgo and you see Capricorn energy, it talks about stability and grounding yourself. And because there's that type of energy, and you feel like this person maybe is, they can be grounded if they would learn the tools they need to help them to be grounded, if they had the resources to make themselves grounded. So for some of you, you're dealing with this type of person, whether it's a Capricorn or a Virgo energy. For some of you, I feel it can also be you. I feel like you self-realize that you can be toxic, and you need to work through your own toxic traits, and you need to learn how to trust yourself and stop being so co-independent towards other people. You need to be able to stand on your own. I feel a lot on this first path from my fire signs, like this is what's going on. So we're gonna look at the second path, and then I'll show you both outcomes for both paths, okay? So the overall energy for the second path is, yeah, there you go. Your stability. I feel like this person here wants to grow, wants to offer something. I feel like um, there's potential, in other words, there's potential. Like you have potential to change, or this person has potential to change, and you see that on the second half. All right, there's like potential. I feel like there's an opportunity for this person to, when they realize self-realization, or you feel like once again, focus. Oh, okay. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so once again, I feel like you come through a realization, and you know that you can do this. You have the potential to change for, you know what I mean. Um, but I want to go into the reading because the page is a very young energy. It talks about being like not quite grounded. As you can see, this person's on one foot, so they're not quite stable yet. I don't know how long people could stand on this, but not only that, it looks like he's standing on. If you look at the picture really good, he's on his toes. It's talking about grounding yourself. You know what I mean? It's talking about putting yourself in a position where you're more stable. Okay, be more independent. Both sides, one side talks about being codependent, the other side is being independent. So for a lot of you, this is a lot of realization about either the person you're dealing with, or you yourself feel like you're either codependent, or how can you ground yourself. That's where you're at right now. Okay, for the second path, anyways, we're going to see what the first card is. It's there you go. Once again, independence, stability, being single. Can you do it on your own? Because when you're on the first path, it feels like you attach yourself to people in order to get by. On the second path, you kind of focus on doing it yourself. This is the energy the second path brings in, about doing things yourself. The Nine of Pentacles also talks about finances and stability and growth. Growth is very important here because this is somebody picking their harvest, somebody doing the work. This is somebody that can ground themselves. You know what I mean? I feel like if this is you trying to get to this energy. If this is a codependent child, for some of you, it could be a child that's codependent against you, and you want them to be more self-reliable and get a job. All right, fire signs, you want them to be more independent. That's possible too. I feel like for some of you, this can be your child, or it can be a partner. Maybe they're still immature in the sense of stability and grounding themselves the proper way. Take it as it resonates. Okay. The second card we have on the second path talks about, investing time. Eight of Pentacles. How they should, for like I said, for the second path, I feel like this is somebody that has a kid. They're trying to get them to become independent, and you're telling them to go look for work. Okay, this is the work card. This is putting the investment. This is doing the work. This is being diligent, focusing on a project so you can complete the project, or become like, be able to grow. Okay, so this person's at an Eight of Pentacles. Like, maybe you feel as though your child is at an Eight of Pentacles, and you want to help them be more independent because they still depend on you a lot. This can be for some of you that have older children, late teens, early 20s, that they still codependent. For some of you, it's about a person that's cold. It could be a relationship, and this person, you feel like they still got a lot of maturity to do when it comes to their finances and how they build or ground themselves in situations. How they can be dependent, this person. All right, for some of you, okay, for a few of you, this two-way path kind of suggests like this person realizing it on their own, or you helping this person. You either, it's kind of put you in a position where you don't know whether to step in or not, if this is you dealing with somebody else, or for some of you that are dealing with yourself about this situation. I feel like you have to change, and you just don't know how to change. I need to learn the ways to change because you want to be independent. I feel like a part of you is very independent, but you're not stable enough to feel that way, or you're not stable enough to get that, to ground yourself, to start building. That's what it is. I feel like some of you are losing your foot in your grounding. Okay. It's like if you go any further, you might lose your step and fall, you know? on both cards, even though this one came in at the first one as the Fool and the other one came over there as you standing on your toes trying to balance. Okay. Let's see what the third card on the second path talks about here. Balance. Justice. I don't know how clear this message is. It talks about balancing. For some of you, it's about balancing the things that you obsess more about. The things you obsess more about, or balancing, like, finding, you need to find balance. You need to ground yourself, period. This is the Justice card. I feel like you have, on the second path, is like you feel as though some of you feel like you can justify the actions you've done, and the way things, why you did the things you did, and once again, we're in that Page of Pentacle energies where it's a little not mature to think that way, because you're a page. That means you're learning still. That means you have time to learn. This Page of Swords, same thing. That's learning. That's learning how to go. This one is learning about the personal struggles about codependency, and this one's about making yourself independent financially so you cannot be codependent. You know what I mean? It's like, for some of you, you could be dealing with a child. For others of you, you could be dealing with a partner. For others of you, it's yourself. Okay? The outcome for the first path, though, is the Star. So there's a lot of healing and wish fulfillment coming in. I feel like the things that you're trying to achieve, you will achieve personally. I feel like it's a lot of healing. For some of you, got to go back and heal. The reason you are this way is because of young. Give me a Pepsi, puppy. I feel like this needs a lot of change here. You know what I mean? Like, healing, a lot of hope in the situation, a lot of realization, hope. The Star is a beautiful card. It's a major arcana for Aquarius. Another major arcana. But from self-realization to self-healing, I feel like this, a lot of y'all see that you take action. You start thinking about this stuff, and you start really going through these aspects of yourself personally, codependence, and how to heal the old wounds that cause this. For some of you, this can be wounds, childhood traumas that cause you to be this way now, and you have to kind of sort that out with the Five of Wands. Go in deep within yourself. When we talk about wands, we talk about deepness anyways. So when we talk about taking action somewhere, then it's like going through all this stuff, these different aspects of yourself, and see how you can change the toxic ways of yourself. And it brings a lot of healing personally. I feel like it will bring more balance. I feel like it'll bring a lot of healing and hope towards yourself. Like, you have a lot of healing and hope. So I feel like everything's gonna be okay at the end here. For those of you that feel like you're codependent, once you realize that you become that way, you start working within, working through yourself, working through your mind, the way you think, working the way you feel, the way you take actions on things, and you start healing those old wounds that caused you to be codependent to begin with. Okay? For others of you, I also feel like this person you're dealing with needs to heal. They're going through a lot of codependency. Maybe they become this way because they're used to people leaving them and they don't want to be left. I'm not sure. I want to clarify that a little bit more, but I feel as though there's hope that this person will realize that they're too codependent and they'll start to change. On the second path outcome, we got the Nine of Ariel, which is also the Nine of Pentacles. So you teaching this, for some of you, teaching your child how to be more independent, guess what? They become more independent. You end up balancing the scales, because justice is right above the outcome too. So it's like, whatever you decide to do, maybe you cut this child off financially or something and tell him he has to get his own job in order for him to be able to support himself certain ways. You know, even though there's a strong action with the justice card, it's like you do something to cause him to become independent, and they do. All right. I feel like this person decides to get a job, or you know, they realize that you're not gonna, you know, keep feeding, like keep, they're spoiled. It's like you keep giving them everything they want. They need to start getting stuff for themselves. Okay. I feel like in this path, this child or this younger energy, let's say, you know, it could be, like I said, it could still be the same person. It's just two aspects. But I feel like this child is, you know, for one of you I feel is the partner, the other one is, I feel, is the child, in other words. For this position here, I feel like you teach them, like you make them go to work, or you tell them they have to go to work in order for them to make their own finances, and that starts to balance the scales out at the end. You know what I mean? It kind of starts balancing everything out, because they were you know, you feel like they were too codependent on you as a mom or a father, and they needed to start making their own finances and be more independent, and they needed to ground themselves, because I feel like this Page of Pentacles was the type of person that likes to ask, you know, like get money and lose money quick, or waste his money. And that's why you're like, come on, man, you need to start working. You need to start with the first Nine of Pentacles. I feel like the energy is telling me like you need to start planting your own energy seeds. You know, like this is somebody, a parent, telling them like, hey, you need to start doing this for yourself. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like they start looking for work, or they start finding ways to become more independent. And of course, it takes time, but eventually they do become more independent. All right. So let's clarify what's going on here. Like I said, for some of you, this can be a kid. For some of you, it could be yourself. For some of you, it could be your partner. Your hope, you know, like I said, the with the epiphany is like you hope this person realizes it for themselves, or you feel like you gotta teach this person how to do it. So take how it resonates, whether it's you, another person, or your you know, your partner, your child, or you. Either, like I said, I mean, there's no way other way to say that one, I guess. But okay, let's get the clarifier cards, because it's time to clarify. Let's see what's going on here. So between the Fool and the Nine of Pentacles, what is going on here for my fire signs? Can you show us what's going on here for my fire signs? Between what crosses these paths? Thank you, Spirit. Five of Wands. That's your own. I feel like this is a personal struggle. For some of you, it's starting to get to you. It's starting to bring disagreements, okay, between you and your child, or you and your partner. Or you're starting to have some power struggles within yourself. You're starting to feel unhappy about who you are, all right? That's what's crossing these paths, all right? It's bringing problems, all right? Whether it's internally, with your kid, or with your partner, is starting to bring problems in the forefront of this situation. Okay, let's move on. Page of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles was crossing this. The Fool, and you got the Fool in the beginning. Take action. Either, you know, I feel like with the Fool card here, it feels like, I don't feel like somebody's taking a risk here. I feel like somebody feels like, should they get in the middle of it? Like, okay, for those of you that are dealing with a partner or a child, right? I feel like you see this happening and you want to step your foot in, but you don't know if it's going to help or make things worse. That's what I feel with the Fool coming out here. All right? I feel like, you know, for some of you, feel like this person needs to learn on their own. For others of you, it feels like you need to help this person, you know, focus on what they need to focus on right now in their time, in their life right now, okay? That's how I feel with this Fool coming in between. Look at that. Underneath, we got the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like, you know, this is for some of you, this is trying to prepare a child or your relationship for more committed level in their life. Okay? Yeah. All right. I want to take one more card out for the Fool here, since we do have the Fool twice. Thank you, Spirit. Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's starting to become a burden, and you're about to drop the burdens. In other words, it's like you're about to give up on this person, or you're about to well, pretty much that's what it is. You're about to give up on this person. This person's putting a lot of stress and burdens on you, so you either, you're about to cut this person off. So I'm like, you gotta do this for yourself. you know for some of you don't know if you should continue helping this person because they're codependent or a child, or for others of you it talks about just letting go of the burdens, and because you just don't want to deal with this bringing too many problems, you just like put a whole end to the situation here. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a stop. Like, nope. If we're gonna continue doing this, if you're gonna continue doing this, you're gonna have to move on forward, or there's gonna have to be something. Something's got to give here. I feel like this person's given, like they're ready to give up on the situation because they don't want to keep having to. Like, they want this person to be more independent, more grounded, more stable, and it's like they're almost at the point where I feel like some of y'all feel like y'all gonna give up. Like, you don't feel like you can help this person. They don't want to help themselves. How about that? You can't help somebody that can't help themselves, right? For some of you, that this is somebody that you really love that could be in a drug addiction. That's really pretty much what it is. All right. And maybe this person knows they have addictions or whatever it is, and you can't help them, so they're ready to accept the help. You can't put them in a rehab if they're not ready to get help. You can't force them to go to work if they're not out there looking for work, or focusing on how to make their own finances and being independent. So this is a very hard situation for somebody. Like I said, this can be you too. All right. Fire signs, this can be talking about you personally, feeling like you want to give up. You're trying to give up on yourself because you feel like you can't get a handle on things. You feel like things are out of control. You feel like um, you're gonna lose your grounding. You feel like you're gonna lose your footing. You feel like there's a lot of power struggles, like I said, within you. You know what I mean? You realize that you're not, that you gotta make some changes. That's pretty much what it's saying. Five's about changes, period. Okay? Let's see what is crossing the Five of Wands and Justice here. What is crossing the Five of Wands and Justice here for my fire signs? Thank you, Spirit. Yep, and we're gonna take it because I just seen again. All right. So, yeah. I feel a lot of y'all feel like y'all been losing things. Losing maybe the Five of Cups can be lost about, feel like you're losing out in a situation dealing with this person, maybe finances, because maybe, like I said, they could be addicted, um, or you always taking care of them because they can't take care of themselves, um, or you feel like your life is feeling like you're losing control of your own finances, or your life feels out of control right now. You feel like you're losing and you're not focused on the things you have. You're just focused on the things that are lost right now. It's pretty much a struggle here. I feel a lot of y'all feel heartbroken in a situation here. Not heartbroken in this. I feel like you feel hopeless in a situation, like this is never going to change. I feel like it's frustrating for you. This is what I'm getting, a lot of frustration going on here because of this situation. Once again, Capricorns here, I feel like it's very toxic. All right. I feel like it's very toxic, but I feel like you're trying to manifest change here or help this person change. I feel like you're hoping this person realizes it for themselves that they're this way. And then, of course, we have the Ace of Wands, which talks about either a new idea, or going back to the drawing board, figuring out a new way to deal with the situation. For some of you, it's very hard to get this person out of this energy, whether it's an addiction, whether they're codependent, alcoholics, whatever it is. This person's very, stuck in their ways, and you're hoping this person changes. You're hoping to change this person. Maybe there was a point where you felt like if you love this person enough, they'll change. For some of you, it's about loving yourself more so you can, heal. because you have the Star card here in the first path. And the second path talks about being grounded, standing on your own. Okay, with the Ace of Wands talks about a new beginning and financial stability. So I see a lot of y'all struggling here, which I feel is kind of crazy because, yeah, the people that are dealing with the codependent person, like I said, you want them to realize this for themselves, and you're kind of stuck in between. Like, should you say something? Should you don't? Is it going to argue? You're going to fight? Um, the same thing with the child. I feel like, maybe this person's very, they stay very independent, or they try to be. They say they are, but you know that they're losing ground and they're losing finance. They're wasting. They're wasteful when it comes to their finances, and you want them to be more independent. So you want them to, like, get a job or something, or be more diligent how they use their finances. But like I said, justice is here. So I feel like the scales are going to be balanced. Maybe you have an opportunity with the Ace of Wands, and justice talks about a new opportunity to balance the scales out here, or a new opportunity for this person to realize that maybe if you walk away, okay, I feel like for some of you, in order for this person to realize that they're too codependent, or that they're taking, you're going to have to hold back, or maybe walk away from them and let them realize that they're going to have to do with this. It's kind of like you cut the cord between you and them with this, between the Three of Swords and this devil energy. It's like you even though you know it's gonna hurt, but you want to force them, you're trying to manifest them to realize something, you want them to see for themselves. With the Ace of Wands also is for them to self-realize here in this situation what's going on. It's about it's like tough love. For some of you have to deal with somebody that's like tough love. For others of you, I feel like those of you that are dealing with this personally, I feel like you're gonna have to heal, go through the childhood traumas. Maybe I do feel like some people gotta see some, no offense, but maybe go see a therapist or a psychiatrist that can help you dig deep into those childhood traumas that are coming out, that causes the codependency in your life now as an adult. Okay? So for some of you, it's about yourself. For others of you, about somebody else. It could be a child or a partner, but it's about either you realizing it or they realizing what the problems here, what's bringing the struggles and the problems, and the burdens that are coming on because of their codependency or their lack of responsibility with finances, or how you say, an addiction. Okay. All right. I do feel like it also can be this child having addictions also, and you're trying to help your child. I mean, there's a lot here, so you need to, like, fire signs, really get into this, work this out. But we're gonna pull out a card for what's crossing the Star and the Nine of Ariel, because those are your outcome cards for each path. I feel like the first path is about healing, and the second path is about independence financially. So take it where it resonates for you guys. Let's see what's crossing these two outcomes here. That will be also connecting the Epiphany card. The Knight of Gabriel. Taking action is all about moving forward and taking in other words, is if you're dealing with somebody, I feel as though you should really tell them what's going on, what's overburdening you, even if it hurts, even if you feel like you're going to hurt their feelings or make them feel, you might feel a little bit rejected. Offering your help for this person, that could be somebody you're dealing with that has an addiction, or if it's a partner, the codependency, addictions, whatever it is, wherever it falls, just put it where it counts. But you need to take action. That means you need to let them know, you need to speak your mind, you need to really be courageous at this time and let them know that, or you be courageous at this time for yourself. If it's you, if it's like a child, it's about pushing them to do better, pushing them past their limits. I feel like you can, for some of you, if you're dealing with a kid, it's pushing them past their limits so they can push forward in life and become more independent, so they don't depend on you, because they're, I feel like this is an older child. And for the counterpart couple relationships, I feel like this person feels like they're codependent on you, and you want them to be more independent and stand up on their own and be able to build with you. And if it's you personally going through this, I feel is you need a lot of strength to push forward with this Knight of Gabriel. I need you to have strength, because there's a lot of healing, and you know, it can get negative. You can feel pain. You're going to feel a lot of different emotions going through this. I really do feel some of y'all are going into either going to go see some type of therapy or going into a rehab to get this type of help. So I really wish y'all a lot of luck, fire signs, for what's going on here. Once again, this is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, guys, take it how it resonates. Follow your own intuition, whoever you're dealing with, whether it's yourself, your partner, or a child. Okay? But you do need to step in. I feel like regardless, you either got to step in for yourself or step in for one of these people. All right, guys? Namaste. I love you guys. Goodbye.